if you guys, well, if you're watching this channel, you only watch this channel, this won't be anything like new or, you know, kind of random. But if you guys know my main channel, you'll know what's going on here. This is a new car, at least new to me. This is a 2021 Toyota Supra Premium, 3.0 Premium. Of course, it means it has the B58. It means it has some extra things like heads-up display and all that good stuff. But yeah, I just recently bought this car, literally just now. This is my first ever drive with it on my main channel. You know, I did the whole vlog or, you know, reveal. Actually, I'm still working on that video. It's funny how things work out. Like, I haven't really posted that video, but at this point, I would have posted it. So if you guys are watching this, the other video already came out. And yeah, so I just bought this car, literally driving home with it. And I figured I kind of memorialize the first drive with it with a little POV. It's not going to be the most interesting POV because, you know, it's just open highway and I'm not going to really speed. I have temp tags on the car right now. I do have insurance and all that, of course, but yeah, not going to go crazy, but still wanted to memorialize this. This is pretty cool. Definitely really different than my G80 M3. Driving this car, it just feels like I'm driving, Styx is my friend, the one who's actually in front of me, driving home my X5 for me. He has a 440i, of course, with the B58, and it just reminds me so much of that. This car, like, it definitely doesn't feel as planted or stable or faster as the G80 M3, but it feels cool in its own way. Like, it's smaller, it's lighter, it feels like a sports car. This thing, I'll probably step out towards the end of the video and I'll show you guys like a quick walk around of it. This has a few caveats to it. It's kind of a rebuilt title, but the good news with that is I got it for super cheap. So being a YouTuber, being someone who wants to create content, this is a great way for me to get into this platform on a cheaper way. You know, these cars go up to like 50K in price. This way I was able to get one much cheaper than that, nearly half of that, which is crazy. And I'll be able to make content for you guys, whether it's POVs on this channel, whether it's restoring and modifying this car on my main channel, which, by the way, if you guys don't watch my main channel, this channel is A-Man POV. My main channel is just A-Man, so go check me out over there. It's more like vlog style. Again, this is just strictly POV. But yeah, guys, I'm super excited about this. You know, I think it's gonna be really cool for the channel, really cool for me. This has been a dream car for me. Since the Toyota Supra came out a while ago, I've always been a JDM guy. This car definitely feels, it doesn't feel super JDM, if I'm being honest with you. It feels like a German car, but you get that JDM styling and design. It's pretty crazy because this is the first time owning a Toyota, but it's not really a Toyota. Like, everything in here feels like BMW. The engine's obviously BMW. The transmission's not BMW CF, but that's what BMW uses. So it's all BMW. This is literally a BMW Z4. Even when you go to scan it, which I did when I bought this car, like, to scan all the codes, you tell the scanner that you're scanning a Z4 and it'll work. So pretty crazy, pretty cool. But I'm super excited for this. So this has been a dream car of mine. I love JDM, and then as much as I love BMW, like their engineering, their engines, their more recent reliability, especially with the B58 in here, I think this is going to be a great platform, a great car to modify. Again, it's been a dream car of mine. So to finally get it, I was actually this close to buying one back in 2021. Almost traded in my 435 for one. But I almost bought a new one actually too. But, you know, something just kind of stopped me. Well, you know, I shouldn't say something. I was gonna have kids. At the time, I had a 435 and a Civic, and we needed something that was just better for families. So this being a two-seater, literally just a two-seater, was not the best idea, not the smartest idea. So we kind of decided, my wife and I decided that, you know, this is just not a good option to buy at the time. But now I'm in a different spot. As you guys can see, I have the X5 ahead of me. So Styx was actually really cool. He came out with me to New Jersey. We checked out the Supra. Everything was good. We bought it, but I needed someone to obviously to drive back the X5, and that's what he's doing. But so the point is, I have the X5 now. I have the G80 M3, which, you know, not the most practical car in that sense, but it still can be a daily. It's a 4-door. It seats, you know, 5 people. So this is a third car, and it feels like one. You know, like, this feels like a third car. Like, there's barely any trunk space, you know, only 2-seaters again. Like, I have 2 kids. This would not be a good only car. It'd be an impossible only car, and a bad second car, because God forbid that X5 is down for whatever reason. I can't put the family in this car. Like, I can put them in the M3, which is good. I can't put them in this car. So having 3 cars, having this being my 3rd car is great. But yeah, I finally kind of got my dream car in a way. It's funny, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, you have a G80 M3, this is such a downgrade. Honestly, guys, it is definitely a downgrade. But again, it's cool in its own ways. Like, this is a smaller, nimbler, it feels like a sports car. It feels low, like it's not even lowered yet, but it just has such a different vibe to it. I really like it. Like, I really do. And I've barely driven it. Like, I drove it when I test drove it, and now I'm driving it home. But yeah, otherwise, like, I haven't really driven this car, but I can already tell this thing's just, it has such a different vibe. You can look out the mirrors. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. You can see the hips of this thing. And this thing has some serious hips. All right, so didn't know if that was a cop. It might still be a cop. He probably was pacing me and I didn't even realize. But anyways, I do have temp tags on this thing, so we're good, guys. Like, we're insured, we're registered. I just have to drive it from New Jersey, where I bought it from, go to New York and register it, like fully register it over there, or I'm gonna unfortunately pay sales tax and all that, but that's okay. Well, it's not okay, but you know, it's just what we have to do. Man, that made me a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Anyways, it's gonna be a cool car, that's the point. I'm excited for it. Feels very different, feels like a supercar, not a supercar, it feels like an actual sports car. The M3, way better performing, feels way more planted, feels way more luxurious. The M3 is better in every regard, but it's just, this is more of an enthusiast car, dare I say. Like, just the proportions, the looks, all that. Like, when I actually had to go to the guy's house to get some extra parts, because this thing actually is technically modified. I'll talk more about that when I walk out of the car and I show you guys like a quick walk around. But so I went to his house to get some extra parts, and I got out of the car for the first time after driving it for a bit, and I like look back at it, and it's just like such a different feeling turning back and looking at this as opposed to like my modified F30, my 435, or my M3, my current M3, which is pretty modified at this point. Like, the M3 is pretty, it is pretty modified. Sorry guys, the blind spots in here are crazy, so we just have to make sure we don't do anything stupid here. But yeah, it's just such a different vibe. Like, this is a genuine sports car in its design and its looks. But yeah, it's cool, man. So speaking of modifications, I'll just mention this one right now. This thing does have a catless downpipe. You guys probably notice, if you're tentative, there's a check engine light right over there. That is because it is, yeah, it has no cats, which we will probably end up changing. I don't know, we'll see, because with New York it's tough. Like, it's tough. If I figure something out, I figure something out. If not, we'll just go back to the stock cat. That's the part that I actually went back with him to get. This is how I check my blind spots. I just speed up because yeah, I don't think that blind spot monitoring is working. That's the thing, guys. I'll give you a walk around. You guys will see this thing. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to discuss about this car. Man, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited, guys. But, you know, if I don't sound all that excited, just keep in mind, you know, this is sort of, this might be a bad idea. I don't know yet. This is not exactly a clean car. It's a rebuilt car. It still needs some TLC. It's still not perfect. But, you know, the price was right. So that's why I took it. And I think it'll be great for content. But, you know, it is a big chance that I'm kind of taking, a big risk that I'm taking with this car. You guys can potentially love it. It'll do great on YouTube. It'll make me more money potentially, because obviously as a YouTuber, that's my goal, is to make money off these cars as well. Or it can be a total flop, and then I'm just stuck with a car that's really not that clean or great. But hey, you know what? At least at the end of the day, I love this car. Again, it was a dream car of mine. But we also want to be smart with our money. We have to be financially responsible. Like I said, guys, I'm a father of 2. I can't just go ahead and buy a whole bunch of cars just because. I have to be smart. But anyways, I'm gonna focus on driving because I hate New Jersey highways and roads. They're super confusing, but I'll catch back up with you guys when I get home. And here it is, guys, my new car, and the new car on the channel, a 2021 GR80 Toyota Supra. This thing is sick, but as you guys can tell, it needs a little TLC. You know, that's not the only thing, by the way. There's a whole bunch of other things. But man, this car looks so sick. I know you guys are new to this channel because it's a new channel, but I currently also have this G80 M3. I also have a BMW X5, which I'll probably feature on the channel at some point. But man, these two cars together look so good. This thing definitely drives way better, like I said, but this thing, it feels a little more like, it feels a little more wild. Like this feels more of like a precision knife, I would say. This feels more like a machete, if that makes sense. Hopefully you guys are following me on that one. But yeah, it also is slightly modded. It has a Street Hunter wing, which also needs a little bit of love. There's a whole bunch of things that needed some love, like that right over there. A few other things. You guys already saw the interior and the POV drive on the way here. But let me quickly show you the engine bay. So this is, I don't know if I mentioned, this is the 3.0 Premium. This is not the 4-cylinder. Don't worry guys, I didn't cheap out, at least in that regard. Obviously I cheaped out in other ways, but that's okay. This thing does have the B58. So something that you guys will notice, since this is a 2021, it has these little strut bars over here. It is going to be a little hard to tune because the DME is locked, but we're going to figure that out. We're going to tune this thing, make it a little more fun for POV drives. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but it does have a catless downpipe. That's why it sounds pretty good, even the way that it is right now. There's no exhaust system, literally just a catless downpipe, and this thing sounds pretty awesome. So arguably sounds better than that car, but you know, that's still fine. They're different cars. Yeah, anyways guys, this is the car. I just wanted to show you like a quick walk around of it so you can see it from the outside. Again, obviously you guys saw the POV. If you guys want to see like a detailed breakout of this car, go check out my main channel, just A-Man Not A-Man POV. You guys will find me there, where I do more of like vlog style videos and all that. This car is going to be a restoration. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but this car was rebuilt. So it was rebuilt, and the guy who rebuilt it, he kind of did it himself. So I don't know how well it was done. There's definitely some things that need to be taken care of, like some blind spot monitoring things, some front cruise control things. So on my main channel, we're going to be restoring this car, you know, and rebuilding it. But for you guys, if you only care about this channel, that means we'll do some POV drives. For the interior, I actually just closed the interior, but that's okay. I'm definitely going to do a custom steering wheel. We're going to work with Inline 6 Auto, so shout out to you, Inline 6 Auto. Similar to the M3, where we did a Alcantara steering wheel with a red racing stripe. We'll do something similar, but not exactly the same on the Supra. I think that's going to make POV drives look that much better. We also have to figure out some type of like ambient lighting, because as of right now, this thing has no ambient lighting whatsoever. So driving this thing at night is going to be pretty dull, especially compared to the G80 M3, even the X5. So we'll figure out some type of ambient lighting. I'm thinking maybe like footwell lighting, just to make it pop a little more. Custom steering wheel, maybe Alcantara with a yellow racing stripe. I don't know, we'll do something. But anyways guys, I'm probably just gonna end this video here. Just wanted to give you a quick walk around just so you can see the car. Again, for this video, we're gonna only be doing POVs. So I just wanted to intro the car. We'll be doing some like more POV drives with it for sure. But again, if you guys want to see the whole restoration and build of this car in detail, check out my main channel. But anyways, with that said, this video is pretty much done. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.